Hello everybody, it's Anna Marie from Heavenly Healing. Today it's hello from a very, very cold Benoni. I think our maximum temperature is 18 and I for one really don't like the cold. Today I want to talk to you about cleaning your crystals. I often have people come into the shop wanting to know how to clean crystals. We've all got our very own special way in which we clean crystals, and I'm just going to discuss, well, I think there are 8 ways that I know of that you can clean crystals. But before we go on to how to clean your crystals, why do you want to clean your crystals? Think about it. Your crystals work hard. They transmit, absorb, and diffuse energy all the time, especially if you work with them all the time. So what ends up happening? Negative energy, old energy can build up as a residue in a crystal, and this is what we want to get rid of. Think about cleaning your crystals. Often you would also actually have to physically clean them, like polish them, taking a rag and polishing them, or dusting them off just to get rid of any dust or hand marks that your crystals might have picked up. So in the same way as you would physically clean your crystals, you actually have to energetically clean your crystals as well. How often do you need to clean your crystals? This is a very interesting question. When you buy them, for sure, no matter where you buy them from. If you buy them from my shop, from Heavenly Healing, we cleanse the crystals on the shelves on a very regular basis. I literally smoke the place out just to ensure that the crystals that come from Heavenly Healing actually resonate at a very high energy frequency already. I also often use mists, beautiful Reiki infused cleansing mists, protection mists, meditation mists to also cleanse the crystals with. If you buy your crystals from elsewhere, you definitely have to cleanse them. Remember, you don't know where these crystals have come from, and a lot of people have probably touched them and also have left an energetic footprint, imprint in the crystals. So you have to cleanse your crystals, and remember that cleansing them also helps to recharge and re-energize the crystals. How often? A personal choice. Once a day? No, I think that's being a bit much. Maybe monthly, maybe weekly, depending again on how often you use them. Remember, the more you use your crystal, the more you're going to resonate with and vibrate with the energies of the crystal, and then you'll probably intuitively know when it's time to cleanse your crystal. Take into consideration how much they've been working and use your intuition. Your intuition will tell you whether your crystal needs a cleanse or a recharge. And I've said, the more time you spend with your crystal, the more in tune you become with your crystal. And also remember, the more you cleanse and recharge your crystals, the more they can assist you. Cleansing is a wonderful way to reconnect with your crystal. Different ways of cleansing crystals. There are a lot of different ways, and it is up to you to find the one that best resonates with you. We've each got our favorite way of cleansing crystals. What you do need to do though is check the sensitivity of your crystal to the cleansing method that you're going to want to use. Just as a quick example, crystals ending in ITE, selenite, malachite, azurite. Any crystal ending in an ITE is a very soft crystal, so they are quite porous as well, and a lot of the harsher methods of cleansing would not work for them. So you need to do a little bit of research, get to know your crystals, and then we can start the cleansing. I, depending on my mood, will use a variety of methods in which to cleanse the crystal. An easy method, water. Just plain simple water. Run your crystals under water and then pat them dry. It's a really nice and very easy way of cleansing your crystal. If you really want to, you can go out in the rain and cleanse your crystals in the rainstorm. That works really, really nicely. But know that you and your crystal will come back indoors totally sopping. Not all crystals like water though. Examples of crystals that could be damaged: turquoise, malachite, lapis, and selenite, beautiful selenite. They don't really like water. As I said earlier, you need to do some research to know which method is safe for your crystals. You can also use other crystals to cleanse your crystals. Some crystals can clear negative energy from other crystals. Clear quartz, otherwise known as rock crystal, definitely does this. And then citrine is another example of a crystal that will cleanse a crystal. Selenite plates are absolutely phenomenal. If you've got a whole bunch of crystals that are just lying around, pop a citrine in with the crystals, pop a selenite in with the crystals, and your crystals will stay cleansed and energized the whole time. I like selenite charging plates. That's my personal favorite. We normally have them at the shop. They do sell out very fast though. The nice thing about the plate is that you can actually put your crystals on top of the plate. Nice way of cleansing them overnight. When you use this method, please be sure to program the crystal that you are going to be using to cleanse your other crystal. The way I program is I hold the crystal in my hand, I talk to it, often with telepathy, and then I hold the crystal to my heart and I ask it to work for me, to resonate with me, and to cleanse my other crystals. These crystals that we use to cleanse other crystals can be used for any crystal. Remember, no crystal is going to harm or damage another crystal. The earth is another beautiful way of cleansing your crystals. You can either dig a hole in the soil, bury your crystals, or you can put a little bit of soil in a bowl and then just lay your crystals on top of the soil. If you do decide to bury your crystals overnight, please make sure that you remember where you've buried them. I can remember one day I buried a whole lot of crystals, and the next morning, oh my word, what a search trying to find the crystals, because needless to say, I hadn't given myself a marker and I actually didn't know where I had buried the crystals. As you bury the crystal, see in your mind's eye the crystal being rejuvenated by the earth. Remember, crystals come out of the earth, so they are basically going back into the earth. They are going back to from where they come. They love being energized in the earth. When you do energize your crystals in the earth though, be careful for very small, very delicate crystals, because if you do leave them too long and you take them out, you are going to have a battle cleansing the crystals, especially if you use something like red soil. Be careful of the type of soil that you use. Not all soil is very easy to cleanse your crystals with. Salt. A lot of people say that you must cleanse your crystals with salt. I, for one, do not like this method at all. I have seen too many crystals crying out when they've been left either in salt water mixtures or on top of coarse salt. People come into the shop and, oh, we're going to cleanse the crystals with salt. Please don't. For me, not a good way at all. Yes, salt does get rid of negativity, but your crystals don't like salt. Your crystals have got an energy of their own. They've got a personality of their own. And if you use salt, you strip the crystal of that energy. I've had to actually put a lot of crystals that I've got from other people in my crystal hospital to try and re-energize and revitalize them because of the fact that they were left in salt for way too long. So for me, no, I don't advocate salt, Himalayan salt, any form of salt. Sea salt, I don't advocate it at all. It's too strong for these beautiful, beautiful stones. I do like pine needles a lot. Just lay your crystals in pine needles overnight. Absolutely beautiful. The pine needles just absorb all the negativity. Your crystals are revitalized and rejuvenated. The same with rose petals. Think roses, love. Put your crystals in rose petals. You are gifting your crystals with love by putting them overnight in rose petals, not frumpy dried out rose petals. Try and get fresh rose petals. What I normally do is, if my roses in my vase have seen better days, I take the petals and I use those before they dry out completely. It works wonders, and you can actually hear your crystals thanking you for gifting them with so much love. Sound is another beautiful way of cleansing and energizing not only your crystals but your own home. If you've got crystals and you give your crystals a sound bath, either with a gong, a tincture bell, a singing bowl, it's an absolutely exquisite way of lifting the vibrations of your crystal, but then you have the added benefit. It lifts the vibration of your home as well. And then the nice thing about sound also, all crystals love sound. You can't harm your crystals and you cannot shatter them with sound. Your crystals will thank you. Smoke is another beautiful way of cleansing your crystals. And as with the sound, smoke cleanses you, your home, the room, and the crystals. You can use incense, you can use smudge sticks, you can use Palo Santo holy wood. I like Palo Santo holy wood for cleansing my crystals. You put your crystals in a bowl and then you just waft the smoke over the crystals. Remember, every time you cleanse your crystals, your intention must be, I am cleansing my crystals. I am uplifting their vibration. I am rejuvenating. I am re-energizing my crystals. It's very important that your intentions are right. Put your crystals in a cardboard box and try and cleanse them? No, I don't think so. Put them on a beautiful purple piece of material or a beautiful plate, something that is of value to you. Remember, your crystals are of value to you. Treat them with the love and the respect that they deserve, and they will treat you back with the love and the respect that you give them. As you put the smoke over your crystal, you can actually even visualize the negativity wafting away off the crystals together with the smoke, and they'll be recharged and they will be energized. Sunlight and moonlight are also a beautiful way of cleansing and recharging your crystals. The only thing with the sun, especially the African sun, it's very, very harsh. Rose quartz, azurite, no, never put those two in the sun. You will strip your crystal of all its energy. The other crystals, absolutely. I don't do it for longer than half an hour though, because of the fact that the sun in Africa specifically is so harsh. I do love the moon, the full moon, to cleanse my crystals. The nice thing about the full moon is I can get a moon bath too. I take myself and my crystals out and we both look at the beautiful moon, and you can, when you look at the moon, you can actually feel the serenity. You can feel the strength of the moon as she literally comes down and blesses and re-energizes you, and she does exactly the same with your crystal. You don't have to go outside if you can't go outside. You might live where you can't go outside. Put your crystals on the windowsill and let beautiful moon and her energy bless and cleanse your crystals overnight. Again, moonlight is absolutely safe for any crystal. The crystals love the beautiful, strong, sensitive energy of the moon. Oils and sprays. Not my favorite way of cleansing crystals, but you definitely can use them. There are a lot of spray mists. Heavenly Healing makes a lot of spray mists. You can buy spray mists as well. If you do use this method, just be careful of chemicals, that there are no chemicals in the sprays, because these, if they do touch your crystal, will obviously harm your crystal. And oils, if you do want to use oils, rub the oil onto your hand and then only very, very lightly touch your crystal with the oil. Crystals on harder crystals will be okay with oils and sprays. The softer crystals, not so okay. Remember, any crystal that ends in ITE, as we've said before, is a softer crystal and definitely not a good idea to use oils or sprays on your crystal. Cleansing your crystal energetically, the way we've just described above, is the same as giving your house a spring clean. You have to give your house a spring clean every now and again. In exactly the same way, you have to give your crystals a spring clean every now and again. It's also a fantastic way for you to connect with your crystals, for you to make your crystals yours so that they resonate on the same vibrationary level that you do, and that they will work for you. Find a way that works for you best. And if there's not one way that works for you best, there can be a couple of ways. You're more than welcome to interlink the methods that I've described above for you to clean your crystals with. The only thing that I do ask is check your crystal, do your homework, so that you don't take a beautiful soft crystal and destroy it because you're using the incorrect method. And then remember, when you cleanse your crystals, always visualize. Very important. Set your intention, set the mood, and visualize the old stagnant energy being removed from your crystal and beautiful, fresh, vibrant energy being put into your crystal. You are re-energizing your crystal. You are revitalizing your crystal. Your crystal will thank you because it will give you what you need it to give you. I'm going to be doing quite an extensive range on crystals. They're beautiful. I love them. They fascinate me. Please subscribe so that you can catch more of these, what shall we call them, educational videos. Thank you so much for listening. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.